Mickey's Comet is all about looking at things from different perspectives and also about comets. It's definitely got a lot packed into it, and I think it's one of the most comprehensive, detailed episodes of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. It's the 25th episode of the second season, and in this one it starts off with Professor Von Drake telling Mickey that they're going to see Mickey's Comet, a comet that is called Mickey's Comet, and it will appear when there are 3 stars in the sky. So throughout the majority of the episode you're waiting for at least the first star to appear. I will say the pacing's quite bad. The first 2 stars appear very quickly next to each other, but they take quite a while to happen. So that's kind of the only thing that I think is a bit of a problem with this, is that a young child could quite easily forget that that's what they were waiting for. So when the first star does appear, they may have forgotten the relevance by that point. But on the way, they have to try and find Professor Von Drake because he's disappeared. He's off doing something and they don't know where he is. I really enjoyed seeing the footage through Pluto's camera. I thought that was a really neat trick that they did, and I don't think they've done in this before. It was nice to see that animation from a different perspective. I enjoyed that quite a lot. The other thing is asking people to look at things differently. So we have the naming of shapes. They encourage the audience to learn, or the viewer, to learn the names of things like the pyramid and a cone. But they're trying to work out how Willie the Giant could possibly have seen a circle with polka dots. But of course he's looking down at the top of the cone, so it's encouraging people to look at objects and shapes from different perspectives, and also from other people's perspectives as well. And we get this as well with Goofy riding upside down. He sings this very cheesy and kind of annoyingly addictive song about cycling upside down, and it seems like fun and I really want to try it. And there are some numbers involved. Most episodes of Clubhouse do involve numbers, and this one shows us that a 6 and a 9 look the same when you turn them upside down. And I thought that was really interesting, encouraging people to learn not just what the numbers and the shapes are, but what they could look like if you take a different approach. And it's quite a step up. One of the things with Mickey Mouse Clubhouse is that I find that the education they provide viewers actually quite differs. Sometimes they're doing basic counting, like numbers from 1 to 10, and sometimes they're actually, dividing numbers, multiplying numbers, looking at them from different angles. Sometimes shapes are simple, like squares and circles. Sometimes they are 3-dimensional and a lot more complex. So it's kind of a show that can grow up with the child for a good number of years. Of course, you have the comet side of this as well. I would love to think that at least even just one child would watch this, become interested in space, ask for a telescope, look at the stars, and one day become a scientist. Like, it's not unfeasible. Everybody who wants to become whatever has an origin for that. And it's definitely something that makes me think maybe I should pay more attention to what's out there, because I'm not that knowledgeable about what happens outside of our own planet. So I found that bit to be interesting. It can encourage a lot of learning and education for children. I was very impressed with how they spoke to children, speaking to them with a language on their level, but still encouraging quite advanced learning compared to your basic shapes and numbers. So it's actually a really detailed, in-depth episode that I think is a credit to the series. I didn't enjoy it from a personal Disney fan perspective, because I watched the show as a Disney fan, but also I like to see how educational and beneficial they are. But in all, I think Mickey's Comet is a really strong episode and definitely a good one from season 2.